Hello everyone, Jill here from Coco Daisy to talk to you a little bit about the Wisteria Lane kit, which is a really pretty kit for summer. And I wanted to take a slightly different approach to today's video. Like instead of making it just an unboxing, I wanted to kind of take you into something that a lot of people on YouTube, or at least a few of them, have been doing that I've been benefiting from, and that is talking about project planning when they get a kit, like how they initially divide things up and start thinking from the get-go about projects. And so that's been my kind of new orientation, and I wanted to see how it would go. I'll probably get better at this the more I do, but if I walked you through 4 of the projects I'm planning, there might be more from this kit because these Coco Daisy kits are so rich. But so let's do that. But before we do, let's get a little introduction to the Wisteria Lane kit. The papers will give you a sense of the color palette, which is very summery, very pretty. I love this paper. This paper comes in the memory keeping kits. It comes in a sticker form in the sticker kit. I'm so glad to have these different versions of it because I can see like cutting up the swatches and using them in different places on layouts, or maybe using the whole thing on a 12 by 12. We'll just see where I go with that, but I know I'll use it because it's very me, since I love watercolor and watercolor swatching, and it kind of takes its identity from that. So that's the paper that kind of includes all the different colors. As you can see, there are corals and greens and lavenders and blues. So here's a little run through of the other papers. You'll see how I plan to use them in my projects. I really love the color coral, and I'm glad that's been a recurring color in the spring and summer kits. Okay, and then I wanted to show you the washi. I'll be using this for sure on one of my projects, if not more, probably more, since I always make good use of the washi tape. It ranges through these different colors in a splattery watercolor look. So anyway, that's the washi. The 2 stamp sets in the memory keeping kits are these. And I'll say a little bit more about what each one includes when you see my plans for my projects as I talk about them. As usual, glitter enamel dots in the colors, mostly the blues and the violets. Die cuts galore, as usual. The ends here have the die cuts. If you can see the blue cardstock alpha, which is a little bit larger than the other alphas, and I think that can be really fun. I'm going to talk about some ways to use that. In the classified kit for memory keepers, there was this stitching sticker sheet, and I definitely have plans for this. I'll probably use it on different projects, but I'll talk about my plan for that. Quick look at the sticker kit. So nice. And then I think I probably have both of the chipboard here. I've already pulled out some chipboard pieces, but again, you see the colors and the kinds of summery sentiments. That's one of the chipboard pieces. The alphas you will see kind of throughout, and as well as, I guess what I really wanted to walk you through were some of the ways to add things to the traveler's notebook. This vellum this time is iridescent and raindroppy. Let's see. Here's one that's very summery for like a beach trip. A simple currently loving right now, which I will probably use to make a kind of an everyday life page in my traveler's notebook. This one, which I really like and know I will use, just a chevron that you can insert into your TN. And I also think I'll probably use this one for everyday stories, the highs and the lows of a particular day. Cool idea. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about projects, and that'll help us continue to look at the elements in the kit. So in my bullet journal, I just have a page called Planning Pages with Wisteria Lane. And I want to talk about, I mapped out, I'll probably do more than this, but I've mapped out 2 12 by 12 pages that I know I want to make for sure. One I'll probably make later on today. And then 2 Traveler's Notebook spreads. And what I will, actually 3. The third one I'm not quite ready to do. I don't really have a photo yet, but I'll talk about that. But these 2 for sure, and I've got them kind of divided. Okay, so through scrapbook.com, or I'm sure other places, you can get little pouches like this. And what I like about this kind of idea is you can start putting together things from the kit that you know you want to use in a particular project. So I want to start with the larger size. These come in all different sizes, and the largest is, sorry about that, is the 12 by 12. So one project that I know I want to tackle is another travel page. I started doing some travel pages with the My Escape kit, and I want to do at least one with this kit as well. And this reaches back to a few years, but it's when Tim and I visited the Chihuly Museum in Florida, St. Petersburg, and I just took some really colorful pictures, and so I wanted to showcase them, and I thought they would work really well with that washi tape I showed you. So I put that in my list, and I guess I could tuck if I wanted to, I could tuck the roll of washi in here. I think there are different ways to plan the projects. I'm doing kind of a combination of taking notes on what to pull from the kits and just putting things aside. So this is the paper. I plan to make it 12 by 12, so I've got a white background, but this is the paper from the kit that I think would be fun to use because it'll be very colorful like my photos. So use some of this and some of this multicolored dot, and some of the chipboard. I already pulled out as a reminder this one, you plus me equals good times. I'll probably use more of the chipboard. And that's project number 1, the beginnings of it. I need to go through the die cuts and kind of think about it. And of course, I will pull things as I see how the page takes shape. But it's nice to have this set aside and some notes on what I want to use from the kit. The next 12 by 12 page that I have in mind to do, I'm not sure I'll use this on this page, but I'm really excited about the ribbon that came in the classified kit. It's a very pretty shiny gray ribbon that is pleated, and I think it might work well on this page because I want to do a page. In my notebook, I describe it as a page on bioregionalism, which sounds really fancy, but I want to do a page not only with flower photos, but with some journaling about knowing your own region and the flora and fauna and the birds and when things bloom and so forth. And so, so I took pictures of some things blooming right now, irises and some peonies. And that'll be kind of a starting point on the page. The reason I like these pictures of irises for this page is that there's so many lovely lilacs and purples in the kit. Look at that watercolor paper. Yeah. So I'll be using pieces of this and of this for sure with these flower photos. And this paper I thought was very pretty and kind of a subtle purple color and kind of a distressed look. And so so I put that aside to go along with these photos and this project. And I think what I will do for this one, I don't think I will use necessarily all of this, but I will definitely use these and probably, you know, cut up the ones the greens to draw out the idea of nature. So anyway, that's my idea and the things I've pulled out for that. I will definitely use some enamel dots in these pretty shades. In fact, I might put them right in this little project envelope. I wanted to, I think with my last layout, talk about what did I write down from this. Almost all of them I have something from the stamp. I think for the the one about visiting the museum. I'll probably use this Best Day Ever. I really like the typography on it. I think I'm suddenly losing the light. Sorry, it's getting kind of to be kind of a dark video here. Okay, so that's the second 12 by 12 project I'm planning with Wisteria Lane. And I'm also going to do at least a couple pages in the Traveler's Notebook. One thing I didn't really talk about that's in the kit, but the project gives me a chance to talk about, is these white puffy phrases and words. And so I'm thinking I will probably use the one that says hot on this page, because I want to do a little Traveler's Notebook page about my Corgi Hazel, who is very fluffy, and she gets really hot in the summer and almost doesn't want to go outside at all. So I was inspired by the die cut that said hot and hazy, since Hazel's nickname is Hazy. And so I pulled some chipboard too, like enjoying the view, because obviously she's looking longingly outside, but knows it's too hot for her to venture out there. This page, which I'll put in a Traveler's Notebook, but I want to use some, all this paper's in the Traveler's Notebook, but sometimes I work in an earlier notebook that I haven't quite finished up yet before I start the new one, and I might do that with this. So I just put the paper in here to remind me what I want to use, and I really like the corals with this photo, and probably some yellow and green as well. Okay, so the other thing for that that particular page, and perhaps also the bioregional one, would be this nice summer part of the stamp, which is really versatile. You can use it on all sorts of summery layouts. The other thing that I wanted to mention about the flower layout is in the wonderful guide sheets that we get in these kits. Christine demonstrates a way to create a title with those large navy letters I showed you, and paint. And so I'm thinking I might try that. I might try it on the flower layout, but I might actually just really like the big alpha stickers. So I'm going to see how it looks. I'm very much a go with the flow and intuitive person. So the planning for me is a starting point. But I did want to call your attention to ways to use the alphas that are explained in the kit. Oh, the yellow alpha is really pretty. This came in the classified kit, and I put that in the Hazel project planning envelope because I think it's a nice size, and it's quite possible that I might use that on her page. The other project that I have set aside to do in a Traveler's Notebook is about homemade hummus, which I've been really into lately. And so for this, I also pulled one of the 3x4 cards, and my photo. It's really nice to have the photos printed and put in your project, your little project collections, because it saves that step, and you just grab it and start scrapbooking when you have a little bit of time. That's worked really well with me as I experiment with this planning. I put a few different things in here from the die cuts that I thought would work well with this story about homemade being my favorite. And there's always a lot in these kits that complements stories about food, which I really appreciate because it's makes it really easy. And I always love the little hearts. They tend to make it onto my layouts. One of my favorite alphas is this one from the sticker kit. And I thought it might be good in the Traveler's Notebook, particularly with a layout like this. The paper I'm using is the lemon paper. I don't know if we talked about that. That's in the TN, but it's also one of the papers. And since lemon it is featured in my hummus, and I'm not really someone who makes lemonade, I just thought that would be a great way to use that. That would also give me the chance to use this wonderful lemon stamp, which I know I'll have fun with. And I just have to do some sort of beverage layout in order to use this. That's really a cool stamp too. Okay, so those are my projects. And the other one that I'm going to do that I don't have photos for yet is a sashiko stitching page. That's a new hobby I'm about to start this summer, and this sticker sheet will be great for that. As I said, I'll use it on my other projects, but I want to like really feature it. Probably, we'll see when I document that new hobby. Yeah, like I need another hobby, right? I know. Anyway, thanks for joining me today and seeing how I plan out these projects. You'll get to see if they take shape and how they take shape and how they evolve, which is always fun too. So stay tuned to my Instagram channel and to the Coco Daisy blog for that. Hope this was fun. See you next time.